The following program is part of Cable in the Classroom, a free service of the cable telecommunications industry and your local cable company.
For over 10 years, ESPN has been proud to present the award-winning Sports Figures, and we want to thank all the athletes who have donated their time to help put your brain in the game. Next up on Sports Figures, wakeboarding champ Dallas Friday makes some waves with our Vedette Lim.
Whoa, and that big move by Dallas Friday wraps up first place here today at Summer X. Let's join Vedette Lim with Dallas Friday.
Hey Dallas, that was awesome.
Thanks.
Not bad for a Monday, right?
Monday? Oh man, what time is it?
It's 12:30.
Hey, I'm really sorry, but I gotta run.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, I forgot something important.
Important?
Sorry, I got held up.
Whatever you were doing couldn't be more important than your final exam.
You're right. Sorry. Sports Figures. Put your brain in the game.
Wakeboarding is cool! All you need is a board and a weight. The board you get at the store. But where do you get the weight? This boat is moving and there's a wake, but not one you could do any tricks off of. There's actually a lot more to wakes than meets the eye. And then meets the ear. To help us look at and listen to wakes, we've got Dallas Friday. She's the 2004 ESPN Award winner for Best Female Sports Athlete, 5-time X Games medalist, 2-time World and Masters champion, and she's rated #1 in the world for women's wakeboarding. So she knows her wakes. Okay, Dallas. So where do we begin with wakes?
Well, to understand wakes, you have to understand waves.
Oh, so where do waves come from?
Waves start with a disturbance.
Cannonball! See, I'm a disturbance. All waves, whether in air or in water, are caused by a disturbance. In water, we see and feel the disturbance as waves. In air, we hear and feel the disturbance as sound. Woohoo! A boat makes the disturbance in the water, right? Waves move out in circles from the disturbance, right? These are called periodic circular waves, just like when you throw a rock in the water. The speed of the wave is determined by a few things, including the water's depth. But the speed is fixed. No matter how fast the boat goes, its waves are only going to go so fast. If you've ever ridden in a ski boat or seen one from shore, you've probably noticed this.
Well, as you start out, the boat's level, but then if you speed up, the bow of the boat lifts out of the water.
But still, not the kind of wake you could ride.
But if you go even faster, the bow of the boat comes back down into the water.
And check it out! That's a great wake! What's up with that? As the boat moves slowly through the water, look what's happening to its wave pattern. It's getting closer to the waves traveling in this direction and further away from the waves traveling in this direction.
Now this is going to be the Tootsie Roll!
Okay, guys, so what happens when the boat goes faster?
It would catch up to its own waves?
Exactly. The waves can't move out of the way any faster, so they start to bunch up at the bow of the boat. So what do we know about waves when they get together?
Waves can add to one another.
So all of the boat's small waves combined make up one really big wave.
You can see the piled up waves really well. This boat is now going the same speed as the waves it produces.
The bow is now riding on that big pile of water in front of us. That's called the wave barrier. A ski boat like this hits the wave barrier about 9 miles an hour.
Why does the bow drop when you go faster?
Because the boat gets past the wave barrier.
So check it out! Now we've got that great wake! Any object moving through the water fast enough to catch up to its own waves is going to come up against a wave barrier. It takes a lot of power to get past it. Most boats can't. They're called displacement boats. A ski boat has a lot of power for its size and weight. The shape of the hull is almost flat. That shape and a lot of power makes the ski boat able to get up and over the wave barrier. When the bow drops, the boat is getting over the barrier wave! Woo-hoo! A ski boat is called a planing boat. It can literally lift up out of the water and skim along the surface. Just like you skip a rock across the surface. Because the hull is mostly out of the water, there's a lot less water resistance, so they can go fast, really fast.
But the less hull you have in the water, the less control you have over the boat.
So maybe we should slow down a little. Now look what happens to our wave pattern. The waves fall behind the boat, and the wave fronts of all the circular waves now form a V shape like this. The faster the boat goes, the more narrow the V shape. That's how we get the familiar wake of a ski boat! Getting hit by a wake is a shock. Woo! See, a ski boat's wake is a special kind of wave. A shock wave. The peak is an area of high pressure, and the trough is an area of low pressure. And that's what a shock wave is, an abrupt change from high pressure to low pressure. We usually think of shock waves in connection with supersonic aircraft. See, a sonic boom is a shock wave created by an object going faster than its waves, just like the ski boat. So, now what can you tell me about sound waves?
Sound waves are caused by a disturbance and travel in spherical waves.
And they travel through air, like water waves travel through water, except water waves are transverse, and sound waves are longitudinal.
Temperature, altitude, and humidity could all affect the speed of sound.
But sound travels roughly 750 miles per hour.
When a plane flies faster than its own sound waves, instead of making a V like in the water, the spherical sound waves move in 3 dimensions to make a cone that trails behind the aircraft. The cone is made up of a high pressure and low pressure area, just like the boat's wake. But we hear it and feel it as a sound wave. There's a lot of energy stored in the difference in pressure across the wave. It's that energy that can hurt your ears or break your windows. A sonic boom doesn't just happen when the plane breaks through the sound barrier. Just like a boat's wake, the shock wave continues to trail along behind the plane. It forms a parabola along the ground, and anything that sweeps across feels that energy. It's hard to imagine energy stored in a wave. Energy, right? So Dallas isn't jumping off a wake. She's jumping off liquid energy. You can make your own sonic boom. Just snap a wet towel. That pop you hear is the tip of the towel breaking the sound barrier. For real. Try it. That was a good one. A wakeboard should really be called a shockboard. Okay, so what did we learn?
That water waves and sound waves are caused by a disturbance.
And that disturbance travels in circular periodic waves in the water, and sound travels in spherical waves.
So when an object starts moving as fast as the waves it makes, it creates a barrier wave.
Once the boat is traveling faster than its waves, the waves form a V-shaped wake that trails behind the boat.
And it's really a shock wave, like a sonic boom.
That sounds pretty good. Well, that's it. We'd like to thank Dallas Friday and our students, Danny, Barrett, Alex, and Bethany from Glenn Fletcher's O-Town Water Sports for helping us out today on ESPN Sports Figures, Liquid Energy. energy. Woohoo!
We hope you've enjoyed ESPN Sports Figures. Until next time, keep your brain in the game. I'm Brian Kenny. Thanks for watching.
ESPN Sports Figures is presented commercial-free for educators to tape and use in the classroom.
For a free teacher's curriculum, to order the Sports Figures series, or lots of other fun stuff,
visit our website at sportsfigures.espn.com.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in the sports. Sports Figures. Put your brain in the game.
The preceding program is part of Cable in the Classroom, a free service of the cable telecommunications industry and your local cable company.